Hi friends, welcome back to yet another session to Thinking and Destiny. We have completed last week Noetic Destiny. We have completed all the 4 destinies: physical, mental, psychic and noetic destinies. And now before we further go into the next topic, let us connect to the Percival consciousness. Let his wisdom, what he wanted to convey to us, flow through me to every one of us. Please sit in a meditative posture. Cross your legs, clasp your hands, and close your eyes. You don't need your eyes. Please observe your natural, normal breath. You have seen our physical destiny is not just destiny that we are seeing. Whatever we think, it will be there in our psychic, mental, and noetic destiny. If not today, it will be exteriorized tomorrow, next year, or it will be next life. Be aware of your thoughts. Always do positive and miraculous thoughts. For sure, these thoughts will be exteriorized. The thought has that much power. No one is writing our destiny. We are manifesting with our thoughts. Our thoughts are becoming our deeds. Please place your hands on your eyes and slowly open your eyes with a beautiful smile on your face. Before we go further in today's wisdom, let us recap what we learned last week about free will. Balagaru, over to you.
Thank you, Prasanna. Last time we covered free will, section 8. So free will is one's freedom to feel, to desire, and to think, and to act without any restraint or compulsion or prevention. That would be these if without interfering in physical, mental, psychic condition. So that is the free will. It is not the free will what we think. This means one can feel, one can desire, think, and do as he pleases without any limiting bounds. Will is an active side of the doer in the body, which is the desire, or conscious power. So will is an active side of the doer in the body, which is the desire or conscious power. Desire has the 4 functions. It has to be, or to will, to do, or to have. And to will is second function of the desire, followed by to do, and something to have. Will control other desires. It uses conscious power for its desire. By continued desiring and exercising, will get strength. It lasts until the object is obtained. So that is what we call strong will. The cause of the will is feeling and unsatisfied desire. Will cannot be free. It is conditioned at all times. Each desire is a will. A human has limited amount of freedom to will. He has set the limitations. He is free to act. He is free to desire, to think, but he limits himself by his own obstacles and limitations, by his own thoughts. Only way to remove his limitations is by thinking without creating other thoughts. Past thoughts exteriorized create limitations to will and physical body. So past thoughts which are exteriorized, they create the limitations, he's saying, for that will and also for the physical body. Physical limitations depend on the family you are born and the sex, country, race, nationality, and occupation. So all these, they form the limitations, physical limitations. The limitations affect his mood and also the temperament and psychic nature. Their own physical limitations are what people call destiny and attribute them to God, which is outside their body. In reality, they limit themselves in their own perceptions. Their destiny depends on thinker of one's own triune self. A human is always free to say no or object to his own physical, psychic, mental conditions. So he has the free will to say no. His free will centers around the point of freedom he has, which is the desire which rules him. When the doer as feeling and desire was with his conscious thinker and knower as a triune self, then desire was undivided and the doer's desire was only self-knowledge, that is to become for complete triune self. So when body mind started thinking through senses, this caused apparent division of feeling and desire. The desire for sex separated the desire for self-knowledge. Multitude of desires attach themselves to objects of the 4 senses to gratifying the chief sex desire. All these desires are attached, not free. The only desire which actually and truly free is the desire for self-knowledge or knowledge of the triune self. It is not attached to anything and will not interfere with other desires. Stronger desire controls weaker desire and extends area of control and can also control desires of others. By continued thinking, desire extends to as strong will. This will is increased by persistent thinking against all obstacles and interferences. This way, obstacles overcome and then interferences disappear because of strong will. Every desire wants knowledge of how to get or how to be and how it wants to have, but never thinks. The sensual desire keeps changing, never satisfied with any of its attachments because it has lost part of itself, afraid of letting go of sights and sounds. This happens because from childhood it was taught to use the body mind. To think of feeling or desire exclusive of the senses, that is body mind, must be made inactive. So to think only feeling of desire, without senses, the body mind we have to make it inactive. When there is a desire to think about itself, it must be persistent and repeated again and again because desire mind is dormant. How the desire free itself and remain free from all other things? When the attached desire thinks of itself, want to identify itself, the desire for self-knowledge, then only the self-knowledge begins. Then this self-knowledge desire takes an acceleration of joyous life and experience with a new sense of freedom and free will. Free will is closely related to noetic destiny. Doer projects only a portion of itself into the physical body through 4 senses. This produces the illusion that the doer, that is the soul, is the senses, feeling, and the body. He thinks what senses do not perceive. He thinks what senses do not perceive do not exist. That is how, limitation thinking. So the human is ignorant of his real essential nature, which is a portion of the doer part, that is the triune self, and the feeling and desire. Feeling and desire are essential to the human on earth. They persist after the death also, after the death of the body and throughout the different lives. One life on earth is like a paragraph in a book or one day in a life. Human sees only an outer aspect of a small section of the history of the doer in this life, without past life connections. Therefore, he sees and feels physical, psychic, and mental limitations of his being and uses words as a chance or accident. When man knows more about himself, he understands his destiny is in his own hands. I hope I made it clear.
Yeah, you made it clear, very clear.
Thank you.
Yeah. We have completed our, how do you say, we have completed half of the book, as I told you the last time, right?
Yeah.
So we completed half of the book with the explaining the 4 destinies, and we are moving to the second half, that is re-existence. So re-existence, so everybody will feel that rebirth kind of thing, right? So how this is exactly is happening, how this is happening, what are the things that is happening, all those things that will say human being is like combination. So right now we know that human being is just the combination of this 5 panchabhutas. That much we know, right? But here, with the thinking and destiny, what we learned is human being is the 4-fold breath form. That's what we learned. Okay, 4-fold breath form, that physical, psychic, mental, and noetic breath form, as well as human being is not just alone. He is a doer, thinker, and knower is there. This is the main part that we have to know. You are not alone. The person itself is not alone. You have your thinker, you have your knower to support you for each and everything. So you need not look for the help for the others. You can just look within yourself because the knower is within you. That knower can help you. The thinker is within you. That thinker can help you to think in the right direction. So that is what we have to understand. So this is with this basic knowledge, like we are that 4-fold form. We are 4-fold physical form or a 4-fold. The breath form is a 4-fold, and also we know the breath is different from the breath form. Breath is just that we are taking, right? So breath form is the one where all the imprints are there. Okay, that is the breath form. Breath is just is connecting between your physical body and the breath form. It is connecting. That's the breath. So breath starts when a person born, means after came out of the mother's womb, then the breath starts. Whereas breath form goes to the mother's womb and starts the germ. Then the life starts. So that is the difference. Hope I made it clear. Breath and breath form 4 destinies, and breath form is of the fourfold that we need to understand. And you are not alone. Triune self. You are the 3 people: doer, thinker, and the knower. So with these basic concepts, right? Whoever is not following the previous also, with these basic concepts, again, they can go and listen to this re-existence part. Okay. Let me share my screens. So that I will get it. Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes,
So
Prasanna.
I'm giving a recap. Initially, I'm giving a recap kind of thing. A human being is the combination of the fourfold physical body, a breath form, and a portion of the doer of the triune self, which receives the light from an intelligence. Portion of the doer, not the entire doer. We are getting that portion of the doer is getting the light from the intelligence that we have to observe, or that we have to be silent enough, or we have to go within ourselves in order to understand this light, or in order to grab this light. What we are doing is, instead of searching the light within us, instead of searching the intelligence within us, we are going outside and searching outside. That's where people are failing. The physical body is a condensation of the 4 elements and belongs to the nature. The physical body that we know, physical body is just nothing but the Panchabhutas, and it goes. It is just, it belongs to nature. Physical body belongs to nature. You are not the nature. You are giving light to the nature. That's what we understand, right? Nature is expecting, nature is taking the light from us, and nature is growing. Okay. So because it will get attracted, because the body is made up of the complete nature, which is the fourfold body. The matter consists of billions. So what is this matter? Any matter is consisting of the billions of units of the 4 states of the matter on the physical plane, right? Let me show this. Put the side slow. Okay. The matter consisting of the billions of units of the 4 states of the matter on this physical plane. Any matter, it is consisting of the so many billions of units of these 4 states of the matter. Every matter, everything is having that 4 states. Every matter that it is having, they are either transient units of which the stream is constantly flowing. So there could be the transient units, or there could be the fixed units. So that matter is nothing but the combination of the units. Suppose if I take this a glass, it's just the constant, some fourfold units, but it's not a solid kind of thing. But whereas if I take a person, here also it's a matter is consisting of so many atoms, so many units. But the thing is, they are transient units. They're constantly changing. Today I have so many millions of cells. Tomorrow, in those so many millions of, some cells will die and some new cells will come. So the cells are dying and coming, and constantly we are changing. The 10 years back now, me is not the same as me, the physically. But why I'm behaving the same way? Because our thoughts are same way. Because we are carrying those thoughts with the neurons, the cells. That is why we are behaving the same way. If we can change those neural networks with our thinking, with our powerful thinking, if we can change those neural networks, we can behave in a different way. So it is not about the body, it is about your mind, it is about your thinking. That's what they are trying to say. They are either transient units of which the stream is constantly flowing through around the body, or compository units which detain some of the transient units for a while and compose them into the visible, tangible mass, the cells of the body. Okay. So either it can be transient changing, or some of the cells are visible transient cells of the body. The breath form clothes itself. The breath form is clothing itself in this radiant matter, because whatever the matter that we are having is the radiant matter. We have that radiant, airy, all the thing, right? So with the radiant matter and breath through all 4 bodies, we are having the 4 bodies, right? Physical, astral, mental, all the things. So with all the 4 bodies, this breath form is actually flowing through. The radiant, airy, fluid bodies are intracellular and connect all the parts of the solid body with each other. So this radiant, airy, and fluid bodies. So these bodies are connecting, they are intracellular, they are connected to each other, and they're connecting the solid physical body to each other. if you see that in the figure, right, one figure is a solid, and the next layer is that next layer is kind of fluid, next is area, and next is a radiant kind of thing. We have been seeing like figure 2 or something, it will be there. The radiant body operates the nervous systems and receives and transmits messages among these systems and the breath form. Remember, the radiant, the one, right? It is operating on your nervous systems. The thoughts are operating, the thoughts, right? So whatever that, when it is receiving, it is operating on your nervous systems and receiving and transmitting the messages. So through the radiant matter, you are getting some messages. So you will say that suddenly I got an idea. How you'll be getting that idea? Suddenly, how you'll be getting it? Or when you are in a meditation, I got some, I get to see something, and this thought came into me. That thought came inside me. That's some kind of thing we'll say, right? So these are all the radiant matter is acting upon us, and it is actually messaging through the nervous system, and it is going through, and it's serving all the breath form and all. It brings the changes, it make up the body and execute the bodily movements. So once it comes to the body, then it is bringing the changes to the body, and it is acting on the bodily movements. Some thought came, and then some thought came in your, so the thought was processed, and through nervous system it went to, then, oh, if it is the thing, oh, so now just now Sirisha is at 10:30, there is a class in Sunday, Katie. Okay. So that thought was internalized. So 9:30, my schedule will ring up. Okay, now 7:30 to 9:30, I have a class. After 9:30, I have to run to this session. So my brain will start working, and I'll start moving up. My body will start moving up. So once the thought was internalized in the body is starting moving up. Physical body is impersonal. So, to be the part of the personality, 4 beings of the nature matter, the senses of the sight, hearing, and taste and smell. So, the physical body is not actually, physical body is just the Panchabhutas. Okay. Once this radiant matter is coming through your nervous system, then it is acting, it is activating. What it is activating? Senses, it is activating the senses. It is activating the senses of our physical body. The sight, hearing, taste, and smell. The breath form is activating all these things. Suppose when the breath form is not there in the body, suppose if when a person is died, we call it, right? When a person is dead, the person's still ear, nose, everything is there. Can he smell? Can he hear anything? Because he cannot do, because even though all these organs are there, the breath form is gone. So the breath form is the one which is activating all this nature matter to make it hear, smell, taste, and all those things. So it is helping the nature and these things to, in order to see that. That is why you are able to see it. Okay. It is something. Some current slide. Okay. The nature affects one of the senses through sensory nerves. So what is happening? That nature affects one of these sensory nerves. So maybe you can feel some sense, some good smell or some foul smell or something. It is affecting your nose. Okay. Sensory fibers of the involuntary nervous system in the organs of that sense. You won't go and see that smell particularly. Okay. But when some smell comes to you automatically, because involuntary nervous system is activating your senses, and automatically you are able to smell it. The sense that acts on the breath form. So it is acting on the breath form and acts as a motor fibers of the involuntary system, and they compel the organs of the body to function. Suppose when you are going on a car, in a car, you just windows down, you just made it, and you are traveling. You just watching around and you are traveling. But suddenly you had some foul smell, something, some burnt smell or something, it is come. So what you will do automatically, because that smell it went to the involuntary nervous system, and you sensed that the smell is not good, immediately it rolled down your windows. Roll up your windows, and then you'll try to avoid that, because it is automatically come and it is a bodily function. It's automatically done. Or if you're walking, then you will close your nose, something kind of thing. Or if there is some flowers was blossom, where is the flowers? You'll try. which flower it is, something like this, right? So whenever there's an involuntary nervous system, automatically the senses are working, the senses are going to the involuntary nervous system, and involuntary nervous system is acting on the breath form is acting on your organ, so the body is moving accordingly. That's what it is happening in the entire thing. The breath form also provides the traits and habits. So this breath form provides traits and habits of the physical body and all the physical conditions of the health and disease. So because this breath form is storing all these things, I'll give you an example. The other day, I'm just reading a book called The Habit, The Power of Habit. Okay. In that, there is a one person, he lost his memory. Some accident has happened and he lost his memory. Okay. When he lost his memory, when they're trying to do it, where is your kitchen in the home? I don't know. Where is your coffee powder? I don't know. That's what he's giving all the answers. Then after that, after some time, then in the morning, so they said, okay, go and make your coffee, because once they are next day, I think, when he wakes up, he said, okay, go and get the coffee, go and get some coffee or have some coffee, something like that. These people said. He automatically went to kitchen and he took out where the coffee powder is, and he poured the milk and he did it, microwave, everything he did it, and perfectly he made a coffee. So how does he is able to do that? Because his memory is not working. But how does he say? Because his body, the bodily cells, right, the breath form is storing your automatic things that you are doing, right? So those things you need not remember where it is, what it is. The previous day he doesn't know where his kitchen is itself, but second day he is able to, because over the years he has been doing the same thing, right? That memory cells, the body memory cells automatically saved all these things. So the breath form saved the habit. So whatever that you are doing regularly, it is saving it as a traits. That particular person trait or that particular person habit kind of thing, right? It is steering it as a physical body. It is saving. So that's how you'll form your traits and habits. Breath form by signatures of it bears, which it transfers also to the fourfold body. Attracts the elemental. See, the breath form by the signatures which it bears, which it transfers also to the fourfold body. What is the signatures here? Whatever that he has been doing again and again, over and over, the normally that whatever you are doing, it is storing, that breath form is storing these signatures. Those signatures are being stored, and then those signatures are getting repeated. Again and again, those signatures are getting repeated. Suppose morning, once you wake up, as soon as morning, when once you wake up, so what is that first thing that you are doing? So some people may be praying, some people may be having a cup of glass of water, some people may be using their having their tablet, whatever that they are using using regularly, or whatever the things, or some people may be taking their phone and taking them checking the messages. It all depends upon. So these things is not actually, if you want to change that habit, you have to keep it very, very, very carefully. Awareness, you have to keep it. Otherwise, these things will get will be rotating, because your memory cells, your body cells, your breath form has all these signatures. All the signatures was transferred in the breath form. Not only, and how these transfers will be transferred to your fourfold body, physical, mental, psychic, and noetic body, right? All that bodies, it will be stored. Not only the physical conditions are brought about the breath form, but feeling, thinking run along the lines which previous thinking and feeling has made on it. So not only these triads, but also how you are feeling, how you are thinking previously, that also will have the signatures on your breath form, and it will go on. So here the breath form is not like, okay, this lifetime I have done for 10 times, so 11th time automatically doing. Not only this lifetime, this breath form, whatever the signature is there, it could pass on to the lifetime to the lifetime. So always try to change your habits, the good habits, good traits kind of thing, right? Always change, because these traits or habits are not only for this lifetime, it is going to cover the life after the life, unless and until you purposefully change your traits. The impressions made through the physical breath, which also puts them into effect and visibility. Whatever the impressions that you are keeping with made through your physical breath, right? This will keeps an effect and have the visibility. What happened? Okay. The next one is that is talking about the triune self. Triune self has the 3 atmospheres that we know, right? Which is the one of the 3 parts, having an active passive side and the breath form. Active passive side, the breath form, which keeps the relation between the atmosphere and its part. That is active and passive side, the atmosphere, that psychic atmosphere, mental atmosphere, and the noetic atmosphere. It is keeping the breath form is keeping an intact. The 3 breaths are related to each other. All the 3 breaths are related to each other, and each acts through affected by the breath below it. Noetic is acting through the mental is acting through psychic, and psychic is acting through physical. So the breath is acting the atmosphere below it. Triune self of the matter, which is the conscious of the 3 degrees. What are the conscious? It is triune self is conscious, not the doer. Triune self is conscious of feeling and desire as a doer, righteousness and reasoning as a thinker, and I-ness and selfness as a knower. So the triune self knows all the 3. Okay, feeling and desire, he is in the doer portion only. He is thinking about the righteousness and reasoning. He is in the thinker level, and he is thinking I-ness. All are one. That I-ness and selfness, he is in the knower stage. These are used to characterize the degrees in which the matter of the triune self is conscious. Okay, suppose when you are saying, right, when you are saying that, okay, one person is actually thinking all about survival. A person is always thinking about survival, his sex life, all those things. Whenever he is there, what we call, he is there at root chakra. All the, we will say that his thing is at the, suppose a person is thinking about he can love everybody, love all equally, then he is at anahata chakra. That's what we are saying, right? It is not that chakras can be activated by somebody. They can be activated, but they'll go dormant in no matter what, because the chakras will be there at that phase only when your behavior was elevated to that stage. Then only those chakras can stay on that. If somebody came and activated your chakras, you cannot stay there, because in no matter what, the dust will be there, and you'll go back to your root chakra, or you'll go further. That's what here also, that is when the physical body, when we are saying that we are in this stage. But all these are the doer stages. But here, doer, thinker, when you are feeling and desire, when your desires are dominating and your feelings are dominating, then you are in the doer stage only. When for everything you are thinking about the righteousness and reasoning part, then you are at the thinker stage. Whereas if you think about I-ness and selfness, then you are at the knower stage. That is what it is happening. These are used to characterize the degrees in which the matter of the triune self is consciousness. Time exists. Is it not the time exists? Time exists in each and every plane, but the time is different for each and every plane. Time is once the time of the physical plane is different from the mental plane. Mental plane is different from the noetic plane. On the other planes, it's not like the time that we perceive through our senses. The physical plane, we are perceiving the time through our senses in the physical world. But on other planes, that is not like that. Okay. Physical plane, everything is real. Everything is, when it is real, when something got exteriorized, then it is real. If you say that we can see the souls and we can talk to the souls and there is a life after death, the physical plane, they will say, no, we don't know. This is all the perception. This is all one's own perception, one's own belief, because life after the death is not perceived by or exteriorized by the human being. They are not able to see really in the thing. So those are the metaphysical things, these people will say. But so in the physical things, the reality is the physical things exist only in the physical plane. When it is only visible in the physical plane, they are saying that it is the real. Things are freed, then they leave the plane. Once the things were freed, once they come in this physical life, once the things got freed, then they can leave the plane and they can go to the next. That is what it is. Reality of the same thing is different from the different planes. Reality is same thing is different from the different planes. So reality of the thought is the physical plane, is exteriorization. Reality of a thought in the physical plane is exteriorization. Suppose if I thought that if I want to have a glass of juice, that juice should be there in front of me, then only I'll say that my wish or my thing was exteriorized and I could see it. But in the form plane, the reality is a feeling. Suppose whenever I'm drinking that juice, how I'm feeling, how nice it is, how I'm actually refreshing the juice was, that feeling is there, right? That is there in the form plane. That is there in the form plane. Whereas the life plane, it is a thinking. When it comes to the life plane, it is all thinking about it. And light plane, it is sensing that it is mine. Sensing that that thing is mine. In the life plane, that is the mind feeling, right? That is the kind of in the light plane. Time, dimension, place. The three things it has. The time, dimension, place, and other phenomena of the physical reality do not exist as such for many of the three parts of the intelligent matter. So, three parts, the other parts, thinking and all those things, right? There it does not exist. It does not exist the time, dimension, and place. Time and dimension and place exist only in the physical plane. Okay. The three parts of intelligent matter that constitutes the triune self, except the doer connected to the physical plane. Only for the doer that is connected to the physical plane only the time, dimension, and place exist. For others, anytime they can go, they means anytime the time is different, the dimension itself is different, and the place is different. Okay. For the other planes or other, when you are thinker or a doer kind of thing. The light which the doer received from the intelligence is the intelligence, is that faculty of intelligence that is connected to the doer in its human body. There is an intelligence that you are connecting as a knower that is connected to the doer. Remember, the doer comes into the physical body, the thinker and knower connected to the physical body. Doer is totally into that because he came into the physical body. That is why you are thinking that you are the physical, you are means you are this flesh and you are your name, all those things you are thinking. But there is a thinker and knower will get connected to the physical body. They'll get connected. They will not touch the physical body, but they'll get connected to the physical, but they'll not come and stay in this. Light causes everything that affects either grow towards or becoming the light or part of it become and disappear. Light means, so when you are actually traveling in your life, you are going towards the light or you are going away from the light. Suppose if you are understanding the things and if you are actually able to grasp that Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi, these kind of things, then you are going towards the right. Then at one point you will become the light. Once you understand that you are Tattvamasi or Aham Brahmasmi, you are becoming the light, that light. So you that is going towards. Or you are actually, I want this, you are all with the physical matters and physical things, then you are actually away from the light is getting disappeared. Instead of you becoming the light is getting disappeared when you are going with the away from all this physical nature or physical matters. The light draws what seeks it. The light draws what seeks it. Whatever it needs it is seeking. The light is drawing it and repels what is opposed to it. So whatever it is not. Suppose similarly, we also, whenever we go there, whatever we like, we grasp it. Whatever we doesn't like, we don't take it. Right? Similarly, the light is taking what it likes. Light, what it likes actually in you. If you take a person, what it likes in you, empathy, love, compassion, all those qualities light loves. So whenever you are actually exhibiting those kind of qualities, you are traveling towards light. One day you will become light. In simple words, I can say that is those are the qualities which the light will like. So whenever you are actually loving all, when you are able to love all, when you are able to show some compassion, empathetic with everybody, then you are traveling towards the light. One day you will become the light. Whenever you are showing greed, whenever you are showing jealousy, whenever all these kind of things, right? Whenever you are talking the back of the people, all these things, whenever you are talking, you are going away from the light. Because those things, light opposed to it, because light doesn't like it. The supreme intelligence doesn't like all these qualities in you, so it will go away. So now you decide what qualities you want to exhibit, whether you want to travel towards the light and become a light, or to go back to the light and light will get disappeared. So this is the choice that was given to us. Only permanent can stand in the light. Only permanent qualities can stand in the light because it is impermanent to disappear. It draws the light in all the things, it draws the light, because whatever the light, because nature also, the light was distributed, and it is going to draw the light from all the things. Light is a noetic mental atmosphere, the triune self, but not psychic. Light is there in the mental and noetic atmosphere, but it won't come to the psychic atmosphere. That's what it is saying. Then after an existing portion of the doer has shed its body, the light draws that portion to it. This causes the purification. So when the doer is came and he is there, that lies. So once he came into this earth and he lived some life, and then he understood, then the light will come more and more, because he's shedding, he is using that, he shed that light. He shed that light means whenever he is giving that light to all the nature, but at the same time he's trying to understand all the things, then what will happen? This light will come. So because he got purified, even though his light went to the nature, but he understood that what is this and what Tattvamasi, all the things, or love, compassion, empathy, all the things, then the light will come. Because he is getting purified, the light will, some of the light, it causes the light comes. All the doer that can stand the light is in the heaven radiating the happiness. All the doer that can stand the light is in the heaven radiating the happiness. So the doer in the heaven, what he is doing when he is in heaven, he is radiating happiness. He is a pure soul. Whenever he is in the heaven, he is a pure soul. He can understand. He will not say, oh, this is my kid, I did this is my house, that kind of thing. It's kind of Tattvamasi, or it's kind of everybody. The soul, you are the pure soul. If it is right, if it is wrong, wrong. Whether it is you or somebody else, that kind of judgment. So when you are in heaven, your light is radiating. You understand that you are the knower, you are not the doer. In that case, you will be exhibiting all that kind of qualities, the kind of happiness. When all they are bought by the light causes it to seek the new growth. When all that kind of things were bought by the light, it wants the new life, new growth, and new effort. So that is what it is trying to see. I didn't finish the thing, so I just finished it there. Stop. Let me stop it here. Okay. So human body is made up of, so now the human body is made up of, we know that elementals and units which is getting changed. Every chance it's coming, it is getting changed and changed. They remain as same units through the qualities of the functions they change. Even though they remain as same units because the thinking is the same, so the quality is the same. So here, if you take the entire universe, in the entire universe is related. So entire universe, if you take it, right, it is some small, some highest, some lowest, some greatest parts. All the parts together is the universe here. All the parts are related to the nature or to the intelligence. Intelligence is that supreme intelligence. Either it becomes the nature or it becomes who is in between? Between this, I want the answer from you. The entire universe is made up of so much of elements like higher, lower, all the lowest parts, the greatest part, or smallest part. So the entire universe, we can call it as either the intelligence, or with the nature. But in between these intelligent units and the nature, there is somebody in between. Who is that?
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
That's us, right? We are the ones.
That's us. Yes, exactly. Rajni Garu, you are right. That's us. That's us, the triune self. That's us who is having the triune self, because you are taking the light and you are giving the light to the nature. Isn't it? Again, this triune self is drawing the light from the nature, and once you are moving and you are becoming that light. So here, there is one side, there are intelligent units, one side there is a nature, and you are the creator. You are that creator, because without that, without you creating this nature, without you emanating this light, this nature is not there. You understood how you become the creator. So here you are taking the intelligence from the intelligent unit and you are giving it to the nature, and you are drawing again back, and again you are giving. This cycle is going on. So you are the in between that particular thing. So in the universe, you are in between the thing. That is the relation. That's a chain relation actually. There's a chain relation is going on between the triune self and the intelligence units. Physical human bodies is connecting between triune self as well as physical human bodies is connecting between the intelligent units and the nature. So when the doer is no longer needs the nature, so there will be a point where this doer no longer needs the nature. I don't need all the nature. I don't need all the scars and all. I don't need all these things. I can just live on that breath that I got it. So when he doesn't need this, when he doesn't no longer need the nature, what will become? He will become the light. He will go towards the light and he'll let go of the link forever. He will let go of the triune self to the nature link forever. He doesn't need anything, then he let go of that link. So then that particular time, this this triune self will become self-sufficient. He is not depending on the nature, or he is not giving the nature. He is not giving the light to the nature, or he is not reclaiming the light to the nature. Then this particular triune self is becoming an independent. When this triune self is becoming independent, he cannot go his forms, he cannot go his desire. He can only go to his light. He is not depending, he is not actually, his body, his mind is not going to the feeling and desires. Is going towards the light. That's how the link is working between the nature and because it is a temporary. Remember that this link is a temporary. That link that you are being here is a temporary only. Okay, it disappears when for several reasons. It disappears when you understand that. When you understand you are the self-sufficient. Okay, the portion of the doer, human needs an opportunity to rest and recuperate these troubles. Whatever the troubles that you are facing, being a triune self, being a doer, you are going nature and coming back, and you face so many troubles and all these things. Does this triune self need a rest? Triune self or a doer? He needs a rest. The portion of the doer in the triune self, because if you understand that you are the knower, you are the thinker, then you may not know, because whenever you become the self-sufficient, you will become the perfect sexless body, which you can go and merge with the light. That is the one that you will become, right? But when you are not understanding that you are the knower, when you are not understanding that you are the thinker, then what is that you are doing? You are doing as a doer, you are doing, oh my God, I went to the office today, I did a lot of work, and I have to take care of my kids, I have to cook for them. So many things you feel like. So for all these things, you feel the doer needs rest. So where is that? He needs temporary, he needs the rest. Where is that he's getting the rest? Response, please.
So when
With
you
sleep or
No, when you sleep, that's a temporary, very temporary. Means that's only for the few hours,
meditation?
right?
you understand the light is within you, then you.
No, suppose he didn't understand for this lifetime, he didn't understand the light, he didn't go
Didn't
to the knower
understand the
stage.
light means you need sleep.
Sleep or meditation or in
No,
between
that is all meditation and all also. And even we are all doing the meditation, but once we get up in the morning, then again we started doing all this task and all, right? Suppose, as I told you, today I'm on the juice detox, and if I have to be energetic, then I should be not talking. I should be like doing that manuratam, and I should not be doing all other tasks and all. Then my energy will be there. Because
is it
I'm
between
wasting
the
my
life
energy.
and death? Is
What
that
is that?
between life
Yes,
and death?
exactly. That's where I'm coming from. Okay, so it is going. So even then, we are doing all these things with the physical body. Physical body at one point needs rest. Okay, that rest is you are taking. That is the death is the rest. Actually, death is the rest. So this death, whenever the death is happened to this human body, then this doer portion is going, and he is taking the rest. In this rest period, what he is doing actually, what he is doing when he is freed from, so he has to, so whenever he got an opportunity to take the rest from this earth, right? So now when he goes to this rest period, he has to free from all his memories, because once you leave this body, you feel so bad. You feel, because if you are not done good deeds here, if you are not lived your life according to the dharma or anything, then you feel like, oh my God, because you will become a pure soul after that. Once you become a pure soul, you will understand what and all the mistakes that you have done. That's what the soul journey, and everywhere. So when we understand all the journeys, you feel like, oh my God, I wasted my life. I couldn't do anything. I just ran after the things. I ran after my business. I ran after money. I ran after my job. I ran after my kids. I ran after so many things, which is no way I'm going to take. They are not at all helpful for my soul growth. I went to this earth plane thinking that I can grow soul growth, but I didn't do anything. Whenever you have that kind of feeling, right, then all of us will have this kind of feelings, maybe a bit less, maybe a bit more, maybe worst, or all the things, but that it may vary the degrees, but every one of us will have this kind of feeling. That time, in this rest period, what they need is these memories should get arise. These memories should go. Some of the misdeeds that you have done, otherwise it will get overwhelming for the soul. So these mistakes, whatever those mistakes, that should forget it. But only thing is, what they should remember is how to correct it. That they will have some plan, right? Next time I should not do it. This mistake I should not do it. I should correct it, right? So that kind of things only they should remember. Otherwise, they'll become bunched up and disgusted about their life. You will assimilate. You yourself will you feel like, oh, it's such a disgusting life I have spent on the earth plane. This kind of feeling you will have it. So this doer needs the human being. This doer in the human being needs a purification. He needs a purification from its earthly sins. Whatever that he has, earthly sins that he has done, right? He must do that purification while free from the bondage of the world. He must be free from the bondage of this world. And so what it should do to free from it, what he should get it? What is the thing that he can get it? Light. From the light, when the light is passing on this thing, that light only the thing that it can pass on. Okay, it's okay. The light will say, okay, these are all some of the things that according to your karmic bondage you have done, or according to this you have done. So now for whatever done is done, then plan for the next. Suppose your kid has done some mistake in the school or his college, what you will do? Once he comes back, it's okay. Whatever happened is happened. Now plan for it. Don't make the mistake again. Don't repeat the mistake again. Doing mistake is okay, but repeating is not okay. That kind of thing. So similar thing, whenever we are discussing about our life, then this light will come and will give you a wisdom kind of thing. It's okay, whatever the mistakes you have done, but you should not repeat it kind of thing. Okay. So after the day, so these, at this, when the light was passed on this human being, these desires, emotions, these whatever the emotions that you are feeling, all this will get burnt off. Okay, you are getting purified with the life. Life of a human being has many thoughts. Life in the lifetime, you have many thoughts. Some are conscious thoughts and some are not even a conscious thoughts. But all of the thoughts are, because all of the thoughts will get you may be exteriorizing some of the thoughts when you are on earth. You may be burnt off some of the karmas when you are on earth plane itself. But some of the thoughts that you have forgotten, all those thoughts will come. Although you have done this, you have done whatever the forgotten thoughts, whatever the thoughts that you have done, all the things will come and they will affect you sufficiently when you are in this state. After death also, all these thoughts will affect you sufficiently. The death of the body is chiefly the benefit of the user. Once the body was dead, means it is benefiting the user because it is giving you the rest. It is burning off all your senses. It is actually showing the wisdom. So that is why death is a celebration. So it is because whatever the things that was happened, it is good for the doer. That's how you need to, because he is resting and he is able to get the wisdom, he is able to come back. Because these death, not only because, as I told you, whenever in the human being, whatever the emotions that you have shown, right, if you showed the love, compassion, that kind of emotions are flowing through you, then that kind of animals will be producing. And if you are showing all the cruelty, all the things that cruel animals are producing, the animals and all those things are coming out of your thoughts. We have learned in the previous chapters. So even those thoughts also, those animals, whatever they are doing also will affect you whenever you are in the after the death stage, because those are all came because of you, because of your thoughts only. All those things came. Those because of your cruel thoughts, some cruel animal came and it is killing somebody else and somebody else. Oh my God, these are the things I produced. These are the things I have done in my in the life, that when I'm in the physical life, all those thoughts will start bothering you so much when you are after death also. That's what the nature here, the nature that body needs a kind of slowdown. That body needs, that doer body, the doer portion needs kind of a calm down with all these things. While the body lives, it links in the chain to the nature, because all the plants you grow, that's a nature. You gave some light to the plants. The thoughts you have generated, you gave some birth to the animals. Those animals also your things only. So all this chain of the thoughts that you gave it to the nature, or that will be the part of your triune self, or the part of the doer itself, right? So those will also affect you. It allows the world's being and forces them to reach the doer, and the doer have the adventures of the nature. Whatever you have done the adventures in the nature, that also. So nature has no feeling. Nature has no feeling. It can only feel when her units, her elemental beings become sensations when making the contact with the feeling of a human. See, nature has no feeling, but it will have the sensations when of the elemental beings or the human feelings come to them. So then it will have those sensations and it start feeling it. A human body keeps up the circulation. That human body is keep up the circulation of the nature within the human world. Within the human world, this nature is getting circulated. Through it, the nature gets the forms of her animals and plants. Through the nature, it's getting that animals and plants from the nature. Not only animals and plants, and even the gods or the creation of the human beings. That's what he is saying. Previously, in the beginning, as we mentioned in the previous chapters, there are only the nature gods. We don't have all these gods. Now only we have so all these religions and gods. Initially, we had only the nature gods, the sun, moon, earth, fire, air, Varuna Deva, Agni Deva, all those things we call it as, right? Only these nature gods are only there. But later the gods are all made up of by the man. Suppose that supreme intelligence came as a Krishna, that supreme intelligence came as a Rama. So they gave us a wisdom. They gave some wisdom to us. So that supreme intelligence, so some intelligence came as a Christ. And whenever that things is happening, crucifixion is happening, what he did, he just, that particular person, he just left the body and he is able to think that he is a knower, he is a thinker. He is not just the doer, and he just came out and he's just seeing the show. What is that crucifixion? What is that they are doing it? That's all. So once that is done, and once all the crossing, all the things are done, once they were gone, okay, he's died. And then this knower went into it, and he came back. So everybody everybody thought he's a god, because he had that realization that he is not just the doer, he is a knower, he is a thinker. Similarly, for all the Lord Rama, Krishna, or whoever it is, they are the consciousness of that knower consciousness. So when the people, because when we are all not there in the knower consciousness, when we are in the doer consciousness, when some people are exhibiting that knower consciousness, we are making them as a gods. We are putting that one picture and keeping it on the wall, and then putting in a garland or some bindi or whatever it is that we are doing, and we have started worshipping it instead of actually what we are supposed to do it. When we know that they are the knower consciousness, we must follow them. We must try to get those qualities within us, because each and every person is having the same kind of energy, same kind of the thing. The God, whoever you are feeling God, he came from the supreme intelligence. You are also came from the supreme intelligence. He had that that power. You also had that power. Only thing is you forget, and you are not in that consciousness. You are not in the knower consciousness. You are not in the thinker consciousness. If you think you can think and you can get to solve any kind of problem, you are thinking that you are just the doer. That's where the problem comes. If you think that you are the knower, any problem can be solved. All the things will line up to you. People will started loving you. People will give it, or whatever the things that it has to come, it will line up without you. You are actually working hard, kind of thing, because when you are in that knower consciousness, all the things will get happen. That's what he is saying here. Everything we are creating it. We are the one who is creating the gods. We are the one who is creating animals and all those things. Let me stop a logical stop. I didn't come to it. Okay, nature has no feeling, that we have explained, right? So on the other hand, the doer is feeling that the desires are moved by the nature through a human body. Doer is thinking that because of the nature you are getting, the human body is getting. No, because of your feelings, your thoughts, the nature has created. The body furnishes the experiences from the doer, may have emotions, may learn and may acquire the knowledge. He is actually, through his emotions, he is acquiring some knowledge, he is learning something. Without a human body, it could never grow out of the nature and obtain the freedom. So without human body, you cannot learn anything. That is why this is a school. Earth is a school, and with the human body, with the human body only you can learn. Otherwise, other than that, you cannot learn. Suppose a kid went to the school and he made a mistake, and tomorrow you'll say, you made a mistake, tomorrow don't do it. Because through mistake is learning something, isn't it? Similarly, when we come to this earth plane, through experience we are learning. Through the experience, whatever that we are doing, right? Through that experience, we are learning, oh, we should do this. This is giving pleasure. We should not do this kind of thing. Or we did a mistake and tomorrow we should not repeat, kind of thing. These are the things we are actually, we are acquiring this knowledge. We are acquiring even the self-knowledge, right? At one point, every one of us reaching to that, who am I? Why I came to this earth plane? What is my purpose of the life? So everybody is leading to the, after acting all kinds of the roles, right? After all kinds of role, one life as a doctor, one life as an engineer, one life as a carpenter, one life as another person. So all the roles we have learned, and all the lifetimes we have learned each and everything. Once all the learning is done, then we will move on to the self-knowledge. What is the purpose? We will move on. So once we are moving on to that self-knowledge, we are attaining. So we are getting. So at one point we say that we don't need any nature. We don't need all this money, all these things. We don't need it. Then you are actually getting freed. So that is possible only in the earth plane. In a human link, meet, intermingle, and become related. 4 worlds of the 4 atmospheres. The human world is the intermingling of these 4 worlds and 4 atmospheres. So all these they are not separate. They are all intermingling with each other. So as I have explained previously, the special organs, right? So generative system. The body was built with the generative system, is the one atmosphere. The light of intelligence is the conscious, what thinks, feels, and is living. So that is another atmosphere. So each and every body part is with the different adrenals, feeling and desire, and then liver. It is liver. It is coming, feeling, and then liver is a desire, and then heart is a righteousness and reasoning. Then when it comes to the pituitary gland, it is the I-ness and selfness. So like this, we have each and every body is having body part is the link with the different things. I will stop here. 494. Last paragraph I stopped. 495. Okay.